love this tent, and it's really served me well, but it's at its end of its life, so time to get rid of the Nemo. I got about 10 more days, 2 weeks, something like that, until my next resupply. Once I get that, I'll have the tent, the Durston, and we'll do a swap out. The good news is it will weigh a little less because I don't need poles with it. I just use my trekking poles, which I already carry with me, so it'll pack a little lighter, which will be nice. But I know my partner had issues with his Durston, with it leaking, so hopefully this one will be okay and won't leak on me. But so far, we've only had 1 day of rain. It's the Pacific Northwest. I don't think that'll keep up for very long, but so far it's been good. Anyway, talk to you in a bit. Gotta pack up. Yummy things. Wait, you. Hi everyone, we were just dropped off at High Bridge, and it's about 9:30 in the morning, so a later start than normal. I just said goodbye to two packs. She's the Michigan hiker that I introduced you to the other day. She started out with a partner who got injured, but she's going to continue on Sobo on her own. I'm so thrilled. And she's going to do awesome. So the girl's like planning on cranking out 24 mile days. I wish her the best. And I know she can achieve whatever she sets her mind to. So for myself, it's a later start in the day. It is a climb. So from here on out, the next 2 days is going to be up, up, up. And then we've got the heat. Like it's like 9:30 in the morning now, and it's already warming up. So my goal is, excuse me, 10 to 12 miles today. Keep it fairly light. And with the heat and the climb and the later start, 10 might be more realistic than the 12, but we'll see how it goes. When we stopped off at the bakery before High Bridge, I bought a piece of blueberry pie. So that was my breakfast this morning. I've had coffee. I'm feeling overall really good. So eager to get going. So we'll say goodbye for now, and we'll talk to you soon. So it's only been a little while since we left High Bridge, but I have to pee so bad. But every time I find a spot and I get ready to go off, I can hear voices in the woods. So I can't tell whether they're above me or below me or how close they are. So I'm holding it, but I have to pee. at Glacier Peak Wilderness. So I don't know if I've mentioned it yet or not in any of my previous videos. There are currently 2 fires in Washington around the PCT. One is up in Canada in Manning Park, which is near the border. That's where I tagged. And then there's another one, I can't remember its exact location. But we've been told it's not a threat to the trail at all. But today you can definitely smell the smoke. So the wind's blowing just right. I talked to a couple other hikers. They've said that they've smelled it on and off for a few days now. Leaving the Lake Chelan National Recreation Area. Entering the Glacier Peak Wilderness. I just met my first Aussie on trail, and he was telling me that he has a sister that lives up in the Queensland area. But he's now moved to Washington because he was hiking the PCT and he just fell in love with it. I have to say, I understand the sentiment. All kinds of berries growing right along the trail, which also means the bears are going to be here because they like these. So far since we left High Bridge, other than the initial first up, which is really quite gradual, the first few miles so far have been really nice, just sort of like gentle rolling up and downs. Which is not bad. I was expecting a big massive climb immediately out of the gate. So this has been nice because it's still stupidly hot out here right now. Oh, all the benefits of that shower and laundry are already gone, but it was nice while I had it. Been traveling for just over 4 miles now. Found myself some sitting rocks, so I'm gonna stop and take a break, drink some water. It is hot. So we got another bridge. This one's got a handrail, which makes me happy. To shuffle across this one sort of sideways because my pack is so wide it keeps hitting on the handrail. So it looks like the horse crew, the trail horses that I passed earlier, like this is what they were working on, cutting out all this deadwood, deadfall. So the last bridge that I crossed was just like this one. Dropped my phone when I put it in my pouch. I guess it didn't zip over, so it fell into the river. Fortunately, I was able to pull it out. But a few minutes after realizing it was gone, and I found it. So thank you, OtterBox. So I've got 3.3 miles left to get to camp tonight. And I figured out the issue with my Cotopaxi. The zippers broke on it, just like my Nemo. I mean, man, what is it with me and zippers this trip? But they just keep breaking on me. So I just have to be very careful and very aware that whenever I do zip it, that it actually has zipped. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. So I got to the campsite that I planned on going to, but it's in a burned out area with nothing but dead trees falling everywhere. So obviously I'm not sleeping there tonight. So I've got the next one's 2 miles ahead. So I'm on my way, and then I come to this. So I just crossed this, and don't let the video like fool you. It was like knee deep and quite strong. So now I gotta check GPS and make sure I'm back on track. So yeah, so I crossed the stream. I'm soaking wet, but it cooled me down, so my feet are grateful. I can't really see any discernible trail here, so I'm going to follow something that looks like it is, and based on my GPS, it's signaling it might be. I'll know pretty soon if it's not. But I've got 2.3 miles left to go, and I've only got 2 hours before dark or less. So this is not going to be my favorite night. So GPS seems to indicate that yes, I am back on the path. I do have some sort of path here in front of me. But I had to crawl through a really heavy overgrown patch and then a bunch of boulders that look kind of like Mahusik Notch or Mount Musalaki, something like that, out on the AT.